All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the pre-market show. Hope everyone is having a good morning. Happy Wednesday, March 13th. So, hope everyone had a good day yesterday, and hope you're ready for what the market has for us today. So, as usual, good morning,
Morning,
Norm.
Carlos.
Welcome back.
Oh, thank you. It took me a second to get completely set up here. I'm a little rusty.
Yep. I completely get it. You take 2 days off, and yeah, it's it takes a little bit to get the engines going, especially with traveling. So that's never easy.
Yeah.
But we did have an amazing time in New York. Of you guys coming down, meeting everybody. I actually met Norm for the first time face to face when he was here. Peter, first time as well. Then I already had met Ryan and Andrew, of course. But we really had a great time. And then Sunday was just amazing. I'm still upset I didn't get to all the tables of all the members that were there. So when we have the next meetup, I gotta look for the faces and the names I didn't get to talk to for a bit and sit with those people. But it was just amazing. Very humbling, overwhelming to see just a great number amount of traders that were there. So that was fun. Looking forward to do
Yeah,
it
it was
again.
amazing.
Yeah, and hopefully you can still make it up on the next one we do. That'll be fun as well. All right, guys. So let's get into it.
For
We have
sure.
a light gappers list right now. It's Quran just popping up into it. So hopefully things can start getting a little better here. But looking a little light at the moment. I went through some of these already. They don't look great neither. Like AM has no information. I'm not sure why is it on here, but we'll look into that as well. But as usual, we'll go over our top plays from yesterday. Here was the watch list from yesterday that we had. So we'll go over how these traded. This will give us we'll give the hopefully the markets a moment to give us more gappers over here while we go through this. Then we'll look at the SPY, see how the SPY is doing the last several days. Again, just starting out pretty flat, not doing much. It's a little green today. And then we'll get into the building our watch list, any announcements we have to go through, and also we'll finalize the list before we get ready to go for the open at 9:30. So yesterday we had an okay list yesterday. SF SFix. Let's look at that one first. This one was really strong at the open. With the issue with this one, it just ran away from us. And this is the challenge you have when you trade. My opening strategy is waiting 5 minutes. In some cases, 3 minutes. Right, 3 minutes if it gives you a good pullback. This one didn't. This one, you look at this 5 minute chart, just completely just took off. Gave you no chance, no pullback here to get in. And when it's so extended like this, when you get a pullback, you want the pullback to really come down, really test this all the way, probably half of this entry, and then start showing signs of holding and going back up towards the high of the day. This one didn't do that. This is why Andrew, when Andrew was trading live, was like, oh, this is going to go and not give us an opportunity. And it did just that. It just kept going. It was way too extended now. So now going in here, the risk to reward is not great, right? Look at this 1 minute chart, right? If you did a 2 minute open range breakup, or maybe three on this pullback here, you could have had an opportunity. But overall, it's just took off. And here's the risk if you chase this, right? Let's say you're waiting for the 5 minutes. Now you're getting in here. See how extended this is? It's just too much, right? You get in here, this pops up a bit. If you can probably take some off, you're quick enough. But if not, it just sells off and it's just right back down even to the lower than this candle had opened. So that's the risk of chasing something that opens up so strong. We like to see maybe go up to here, come back down, then shoot back up for the break of the high. Then after that, I'm not sure what they did in the afternoon, but after that, just kind of just went into a range here. I actually had a pretty good range. If you were able to take a short from the move from the VWAP here after you saw that it was not obviously rejecting. Look at these wicks, right? This is a complete rejection of this price here. So it's just rejecting this price at all. It doesn't want to be up there. Once it loses the VWAP, it's a good indication to get in short here. And then it drops all the way towards the low of that day, even further, all the way down to 33.23, which we had this level on here. Check that out. So again, just then bounces a bit here, kind of a V reversal, which are not easy to take. Back to VWAP, cannot hold VWAP, and it just goes into this nice range here. So that was SFix yesterday. Momo was very choppy at the open. It did do a nice engulfing pattern on the 1 minute chart. I mean, look at this. Sells right back, right up, and then right back down. This could have been a good entry. But again, just not really clean. Then after this, just look at the choppiness on Momo. Just not great at all. Later on in the day, after all this chop here, right after what 30 minutes or so, then it settles in nicely And just look at this pop here. Very difficult to take this straight after seeing something like this, right? You're looking at the next candle. Say you don't see any of this. You're looking at the next candle thinking, well, what's going to happen here, right? It's going to probably head back down and keep doing this nastiness here. But no, it turned out to be pretty good. Once it broke above this range, it took off nicely. And look at this perfect thing here. Also, perfect double top. This is a good double top. Not the cleanest, but it's very clean in regards to looking at it now after the fact. What I'm saying is not the cleanest because you want the double top to stay around the same range when you're going to go short. This pops up above it a little bit, but the minute it comes back down, it doesn't hold it. That was clean there. You could take in this short. The moving average start helping you in selling down here. So that was Momo yesterday. Bank of America, same thing again, just very weak. Not like yesterday. Yesterday it was it popped up and it went up quite a bit actually. Just a nice moving uptrend. Here it pops up and then once it goes below VWAP, it just cannot hold it and it just continues to drop nicely. It was very weak. I know that I think Andrew got stopped out around here and BA, I'm not sure, but I remember in the chat room we were looking at this here and I think some of the guys, Matt and whoever, if I remember the names correctly, we took a short right in here. So it's just a perfect short, loses the VWAP, comes down here, tests the low of the day at that time. Here, it was in here for like 15 minutes just fighting this price. I remember we were talking about, if the longer it stays here, the higher the chances are this can pop, can give you a pullback. But every time I give it a pullback, sold right back down. Sold right back down. Volume started increasing and then just couldn't hold it. Breaks down and it goes down for a new level down to 370. So a very good trade here towards the short side. Next, we had DKS. DKS it looks clean. Not clean, but it looks good now as a possible double top in short. But if you look at the price action while this was happening, it was not clean at all. It was very choppy, very difficult to trade. So no, did not trade well at all. Now after the fact, yeah, it looks like a beautiful short, right? Double top, and then you take this down. But the price action in the order flow is very important. That was not looking great at all. So it was not a trade you want to be in because it's just very unpredictable and very choppy the way it was trading. Next we had AKBA choppy as well. Again, same as DKS, just did not trade well. Yeah, we have a nice downtrend here, beautiful drop, but it was not trading well. The price action was very quirky. That's the best way to put it. Just was not clean at all. Same thing with the order flow. Roku was nice. Roku had a beautiful open range breakdown. I missed this one. I did not see this one, but look at this drop here. It does a nice pullback, and then you get another drop after that on the 5-minute chart. The 1-minute chart looks very clean. This is a very clean drop here. You get a nice double bottom on the 1 minute, which sometimes the 1 minute double bottom is pretty difficult to take because you don't know how strong it is. I like the double bottoms on the 5-minute or a longer time frame, but this is clean. This is just completely clean double bottom here. It goes above VWAP. You can get in here to at least VWAP and better, and it does just that. And then it goes on a nice little uptrend here. Then it sells off again. You got it on the 5-minute, beautiful engulfing pattern. We were looking at this here because it was so strong. Broke the high of the day. It looked like it was going to keep going, but it couldn't break the high of the pre-market. Looks like does an engulfing pattern and then right back down. LPCN was the low flow I was watching. Didn't do much. It sold off and just kind of drifted away. So not much happening there. And again, even in the pre-market, it started after this drop. He couldn't recover after that. Just started losing it completely. So definitely not in play. So that was the watch list from yesterday. So again, not great, not a lot of great moves on here. Let's see what we have today. Let's get rid of some of these here. Make new columns. All right, and okay, so we just want to get to some questions we have here. Yeah, so that good question, though, Hawk and Davis. So in regards to the order flow, I can't show you now, obviously, because there's not much going on. But when the market opens around 10:30 or so, I'll send you guys a message of what it looks like, right? You're gonna see like an AMD tends to have a good order flow. It's just not choppy, but again, difficult to show you that now. I think Andrew has some videos on YouTube of what a good order flow is and a bad order flow. He actually puts the trades, the time and sales next to each other. I think he's done that several times. I'll try to look for that video as well later on and send it over to you. Yeah, there is a video, right, John? Yeah, there is. But he'll show you. It'll be like choppy, like it'll just come down, very choppy, opposed to just something that's just flowing. You can clearly see it. I'll text you guys at the open. I'll put it in the chat room. A good one and a bad one, so you can put them next to each other and see the difference. All right, so let's see what the SPY is up to this morning. See what's going on over here. Again, just think opening pretty flat. Yeah, opening pretty flat, less than only a 0.24 up this morning. But again, the last several days have been pretty good. You know, we had a down days, some down days here, a little slingshot move, big day. I think this was what, Monday, I believe. So big day on Monday and just popping up pretty nice here. So let's see if we can get back above these levels. There's clear resistance up here. Obviously, hasn't having a hard time breaking this. But today looks like it might want to give it a shot. So yeah, opening up pretty flat today. Let's see what we have in our gapper scanners at the moment. We have CRON. Let's look at what CRN looks like today. All right, so we have 121,000 shares traded. So not great at the moment, but it is early. Let's get this 1 minute where it's supposed to be. Here we go. So not great. Pre-market action looks so. It needs more volume. This is why it's not giving us a good pre-market action here. Daily chart looks okay. It's been stuck within this range. After this pop here, it's kind of stuck within this range, right? It hasn't been able to break this out. So let's see what it does today. Not much volume at the moment. Pre-market action looks okay. Could be better if more volume was in here. Next we have Roku. Roku is selling off today. So Roku's kind of selling off a bit after having several strong days. Let's look at the pre-market 5 minutes. So right now, 218,000 shares traded, down 3.6. Pretty choppy pre-market action right now, but it is early. And Roku, you know, it's going to get the volume the way it's been trading lately. Daily chart looks good, but it's looking like it wants to probably sell off here because again, it had a sell-off yesterday. Now it's gapping down. You have a possible clear support here that we can put together later on. So clear support right there. See if you can get down to test that. From there, it can bounce back. If it cracks that, then it can really trigger some of these people that are probably still long here to start setting and dropping more. So we'll see what takes place there. PDD negative, down 7.7 today. 2 million shares traded so far. What does the pre-market action looks like at the moment? Okay, this is a good pre-market action. You have a drop here, a nice little, you know, kind of selling into a base, trying to hold this 28. What is this here? 27.70, almost 28. So it's trying to hold that now. Pretty flat at the moment. Volume is definitely there, so this will be in play. I do not have shares for short, so that's a bummer. No shorts for me on this one, but this is definitely got the volume. See what the daily chart looks like here. Seems a little gappy. Got some gaps within some of these areas, right? So I don't like the way this looks. This is a foreign stock. What kind of stock is this? It is. I think it is. Yep. It's so Chinese. Yeah, I see that there. So yeah, so that's why it doesn't look great, but this looks better than a lot of other Chinese stocks that we've seen right now. We've seen some crazy stuff. This actually looks a little decent. But you can tell you have these days where it's a lot of gaps. So I just don't like the way that trades. Lately looks like it's been doing good at selling off, right? You got a lot of days that's just selling off here nicely. So today could be in play, like the volume, down 7.7. We'll keep track of that. AM, I looked at earlier. Somebody else called it out. John called it out that it just didn't have no information on here. So it shows 107,000 shares traded, but really no information on what's going on. And that tends to happen sometimes. Trade idea is showing that it's down 43.8. Here it doesn't show that it's down anything. So we'll just skip it for now. If something pops up, we can always come back to it. All right, so let's see what else we have going on over here. Let's go over our NASDAQ active, NASDAQ gainers. Then we can definitely check what you guys have on your end. AKTX, we traded this before in the past. Pretty wacky price daily chart here, so not looking great. No volume at the moment, just 3,000 shares traded. TEUM, I see this all the time on here, but it doesn't trade well. You got to be very careful with this one. What we got going on? So 392,000 shares traded, up 17%. Pre-market action looks a little choppy here. Doesn't have a nice flow to it, but we'll keep it on here. I think this is this could be possibly in play today. What is the float on this bad boy? We have 57, so not too bad. Not too bad. This is tradable. We do have shares for short. You just gotta again, it's a lower price stock. Doesn't mean that it's that risky. You just gotta watch how many shares you take, right? Don't go in here taking 5,000 shares. You know, you got to be mindful of that. Next we have PAVM. PAVM is up 15.1. It's under $5, trading under $1 just a couple of minutes ago. So not really a fan of this one at all, and it's selling off now too. So it's not, the pre-market action is not even looking great. So not a fan of this one personally. So I'm not going to watch it. VRA is no volume here. CLNE, not much going on there. AWSM, no volume. VTGN, nothing. CARA, not much going on. Work RX, nothing. GH, nope. Let's go over here to NASDAQ active. What are these five? I forget. The five ticker means something.
Yeah, Abiel asked me what that is. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean, there are some regular companies that have that, but they're very few. A lot of times they're funds or notes, but look at the block trades. That there's nothing to see there. It's nothing but massive block trades.
Yeah, so not much going on here. It looks like it's a recent IPO too, because I don't see no daily information. There's only one, might be opening up today, whatever this is. So let me see if I can go back just to be curious. Yep, so not much happening there. PDD we have already. We have that going on. YRIV, nothing going on here under a buck. Penny stock, we're not trading that one. VA, VM, same thing here, trying to bounce back a bit. Again, it looks good. I just don't like the fact that it's under, so low. It just came above $1 today. So I don't, I'm very concerned with stocks like that. I mean, what's the float on this? PAVM. It's a 20 million shares float. Again, just want to be careful with that. So not something I want to watch. Next we have NVCN. NVCN also a penny stock, not trading that. Gevo is 310,000 shares traded, but not a clean pre-market action. So it has the volume. 310 is quite a bit for 8:45 this morning so far. But again, just look at this. This pre-market action doesn't look clean at all. So if anything, if this gets better, guys, point it out to us. We'll take a look at it again. We have some ETFs. AMD is here. Where is AMD up to? Actually, AMD has a okay pre-market action. Always has the volume, 260. 5 minute looks okay. I'll throw AMD here since we don't have plenty to watch this morning. It looks like. Let's see what MU is up to as well. MU not doing much. We'll keep it on here just in case it gets better as the morning develops. All right, guys. Norm, do you have anything that looks exciting on your end or anything you're watching from a couple of days ago? Well, you probably don't have much from a couple of days ago because you haven't been trading the last 2 days.
No, I almost deleted my entire watch list. I got to tell you, it's pretty sleepy this morning. I think I should have stayed in bed. This point.
It is. I don't understand why it looks this way, but yeah, it's very. Even the stuff that we have on here does not look great. So it's one of those days, guys, where you don't want to be aggressive. You want to take a small size, take it easy, and exactly, ZZ Top. We take tequila shots instead and just wait for the market tomorrow or something, right? So again, there's those days when everything's moving great, you take advantage. You could be a little more aggressive in the fact of taking trades. When I say more aggressive, I don't mean to take riskier trades or take trades that are not clean. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is less aggressive is, don't force anything that's not there. Even with great risk management rules, you don't want to be taking crappy trades that are not going to work out. You want to give yourself the best possible chance and edge as opportunity that you can. CLDR, let's take a look what you guys have. CLDR right over here. Yep, I'll do ACB next. So CLBR, no volume at the moment. Merengue, what are you seeing on the day on this chart that you like? Just curious, but the daily chart looks okay. Again, very choppy though. I don't like the way these candles look. It has had a couple of big days here, but right now, and we have traded this in the past before. It has traded well. It has got the volume before in the past. We do have shares for short, but today I'm not seeing anything I like on this one here. ACB, let's take a look at that. Oh, ACB is interesting. How come it's not hitting our scanners? Is up 9.3?
I think it's an ATR issue, probably.
Oh, yeah, that could be it. Yep, let's look at the ATR for ACB. It's probably right under 50. Yeah, right under 50, 40. Maybe we can move it down to 40 later today. Let's see if it makes sense. But ACB does look good. Good pre-market action, tons of volume. Again, doesn't move much, but is popping up nicely today. That's probably why Kron is moving, because Kron is not doing much, but this one is definitely in play today. So let's throw ACB right on here. Yeah.
Did you look at Boeing yet? It's just started to really have some volume pour in. I'm sure there's some new piece of news that just came out.
Look, yeah. I see that. Red to green move just in the pre-market action. Volume is creeping in. Some positive news definitely is coming in here. Let's check Benzinga, see what we got going on. on BA. Anything you guys are aware of that has happened? Decided whether to cancel orders. Okay, we'll decide. All right. So
Nothing yet from
just
me,
reading
my
through
side.
this. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely something positive. I don't see anything too positive out here unless somebody knows that it was not their fault. Unless some kind of information anybody read through that shows that it was not their Boeing's fault. This can pop this thing right back up if it was a pilot error or whatever the case may be on that crash that happened Sunday morning. But yeah, somebody knows something because this thing is popping nicely. So all right, so yeah, B8 definitely in play today. Volume is creeping in. It's just a matter of the percentage not hitting our scanners, but this is in play today. All right, yep, ACB we have. ACB is great. ACB looks really good right now, so we have that on here. Very nice, clean pre-market action at the moment. What else you guys have? Let's see here. BA, we looked at already. That's good. Roku we have on here as well, so we'll look at Roku.
I missed a massive move on NVIDIA when I was going. Oh, I had FOMO on Monday watching on my phone.
Oh, I didn't check NVIDIA Monday. Yeah, you're the NVIDIA killer, man. That's for sure. NVIDIA. Oh yeah, yeah. That's a huge move there. It's very nice, very nice. Okay. All right. So, all right. So I think that's all we have. All I'm getting from you guys. So let's go through this. Let's find some levels. Let's see what we can come up with here that looks good, and then we'll check if anything else pops up in our scanner. So if we see something, say something. We'll take a look at it. All right. CORN. Let's see what's happening here. Again, it's pretty. I think this is just gapping up because of ACB. I don't understand. Is any news on CORN? Anything happening here? We can check. All right, so there's some news on the cannabis stocks overall. That's what Buck Grad is saying. Thank you. So just some news overall on here. That looks black. What's CGC doing then? If that's the case, because CGC and Cron trade the cleanest, but it's just weird that CGC and Cron are not moving with the news on here. So, but we'll keep an eye out for them in our scanner, see if anything comes up that might be interesting. All right, but right now Roku, we'll find some levels for it, but I don't think it's right now it's not looking too great. So we already have a level of 2320. We have that one on here from a couple of days. We can actually move it down a bit here to hit this level that we have right over here in these days. We have 2503. We can also mark down this day over here. This level 232092, we have it from this date and also this day here. See how that both of these days come and test that and then sell off. Then right now it's stuck within this range, so you have plenty of levels in between this range that is stuck in, right? You have the previous day close, you have the previous day highs right where the price action is right now. You have the two previous day lows right over here. So plenty of levels on here. You got some moving averages coming in as well. I don't want to congest this any more than what it is, so we'll keep it just like that. Roku, let's see what Roku is up to. Roku looks interesting. I think if it loses this level, we were talking about this earlier. We have a clean level right over here, 66.69. It can definitely go for a swim here if it wants to drop further. Another level right at 64.93. So 66.69 from this date here. 64.93 is actually even a better one because you have all these days kind of, look at this here, it's just bouncing off this date, right? Resistance here, basically closing flat on that day, opening closing on this day here, opening here, comes down to test it here, and then also test it here and bounces back. So that's 64.93. Definitely has some significance in this chart today. So let's see if we can get to that. So for example, if you're going short here, let's say it loses at 66.69, could be a good opportunity to go short. But if you get to 64.93, you might want to take profits because it can easily bounce from there. So just the way how you would use those levels. The low of the pre-market right now is at 67.27, so we'll mark that down just to have it there. And then this thing can move, so I'm gonna get another level in here because this thing could really move right below the pre-market high of 69.59. You have several days kind of using this as resistance right on here, and then as support in this day here. So that's Roku right now. Let's see how the pre-market action is looking. And kind of trading in a range here. Does have the volume, so it doesn't look great. This is like a 5 out of 10, so we'll keep it on here. PDD is losing it here. I do not have shares for short, unfortunately. That's a bummer, but it's losing it here. Have a level 27.12. Let's look at the daily chart. All right, so it's clearly with the pre-market low is right now. I'm going to mark this one 27.53. Check how that also is resistance for these couple of days on here. So all these days are here using that as resistance. Let's see if it can hold here. If it cracks from there, it can sell lower. Towards the top, you have a level at 28.02, 28.10 most likely. Actually, no, a little higher. You want to cover these days over here. Then above that, you have this one all the way up here at 28.79. So plenty of levels in here. This thing could move, guys, so be careful on your size if you trade this. I probably will watch it for the mid-morning to see if we can get some kind of fallen angel strategy or something, because right now, not fallen angel, I'm sorry, reversal, because right now I don't have shares for short, so I won't be able to place to the short side. But I like the volume. I like the way the pre-market action is forming now. Has a nice flow to it. It's looking really good. TEUM is again, has the potential to go. When it gets the volume, you can see here it does run, doesn't move much. I mean, we're going here from 325 to 375, so it's not a high ATR, which is good. You can manage your risk. Just don't take a bunch of shares on the price that's, you know, this price this low. So we have the high of 447 over here, high of the pre-market. What's next above that? All right, so we can have another level right up here around 555. We can mark that down. We can also mark, yeah, nothing clean here. I was going to say this one here, but it doesn't look too clean. We'll mark it 526, but not the cleans. I wanted something more in here, but there's nothing clean in this daily chart in there. All right, so let's see how it goes. Again, doesn't move much, but it is a lower price stock, so you could take a little more shares, but you still want to be careful. You don't want to, you know, go crazy and, you know, and have a bad risk management on this type of stock. So right now the pre-market action doesn't look great. If it doesn't get better, I'll drop it. It does have the volume, but it's really not creating any type of nice flow here. AMD doesn't look great neither. I mean, it has okay volume, but not a great pre-market action. Daily chart has basically been trading with the SPY the last couple of days. So the SPY is flat, this is flat, not really doing anything too exciting on here. So again, I might just drop this one and wait for it to hit our scanners. MU is not doing anything at all, so I'm just going to get rid of it. ACB is definitely in play today. Let's find some levels on here. So the high of the pre-market right now, 905. We'll mark that. What else we have above that if we decide to take flight here? We have a level right at 1025. The reason I'm selecting this level, let me zoom in a little bit so we can kind of go over it. So you have this day here kind of hitting that level and bouncing back down. Again here, hitting it and bouncing back down. Here you kind of test it, consolidate and head back down. Then this one also here, the same thing, right? So you have plenty of days kind of bouncing of this 1025. Above that, you clearly have this one. I don't think we get there today, but you never know. This could be the next BPH for all we know, right? And we have also 1163. So plenty of levels towards the top there. Bottom, what do we have in the bottom? So you can see anything clean in between here. We have one day over here going back. Yeah, what was that? 857. Yep, 857. So mark that level on there as well. So again, looks good, has the volume. So let's see how it continues to develop here. See if we can break that high of 905. I do not have shares for short. I think a lot of people will not have shares for short on this, but you just want to be careful with it. All right, BA. Wow, BA is
running.
It's running. Yeah, it's. Just gonna check. Oh, just make sure nothing else new has come up on BA. I'm just gonna check Benzinga on my other screen here. Nope, nothing yet, but there's definitely something going on that people think is a good time to buy here. All right. Yeah, I agree. Are you talking about TEUM, the float that's the short interest? If you are, I agree with you. There's no way that's gonna get up there. But again, you never know. All right, so that's what we have so far. Let's find some levels for BA. We should have some already, but I'm going to remove these. Let's find some clean ones because we are trading within a different price range. And now that we've been here for the last couple of days, we do have the highs listed on here. We have the low and the previous day close. So towards the bottom, you already have plenty, I think. Previous day close, you have a low and a low over here. Towards the top, you have the previous day high. Anything in between here before that previous day high? Yeah, there is. We have a level right over here above this price range around 380, 383. I'm not going to mark the high of the pre-market now because it looks like we're just going to probably continue to break new highs at the moment. So 383.10 is what I have up here next. Then we have moving average coming in here around 386. I'm going to mark that down as well, 386.31. Then we have 390, and then there's another high over here around above 400. But plenty of levels right now for us to trade off, depending how this thing wants to go. All right. All right, guys, so that's what I have so far. Norm, you see anything else that we haven't covered?
ZTO just popped up on the gappers list.
ZTO.
But this doesn't look good, though.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. I do have shares for short. 120,000 shares traded so far. Yeah, it's not creating a good pre-market action. But you know what, guys? Let's find some levels just in case this pops up into our scanners. Today's the day you really want to keep your eyes on the scanners as well. Because, again, this watch list, we do have some stuff on here. But I got to tell you, this watch list is not great at the moment. Coming up on 9 Eastern time. So we'll see if things get better before the open. But as right now, we knew that from the beginning that it was going to be a slim day. Because just right off the bat, they were not great stocks trading with a lot of volume. I have 1888 low of the pre-market, below that 1845. Above that you have this one date sticking out here, 1920. Then you have the previous day low sitting right here, and previous day close. Plenty of levels towards the top. We don't need any more. Again, not going to watch this one, but we'll have some levels just in case it hits our scanners. Right now starting to get some volume starting to come in. If you can keep this steady, you know, it can create a nice flow, but right now it has been pretty dead over the last couple of minutes. All right, so let's just take a look at BA. It's gonna hit that 380, 83.10 the way it's going. Yeah, so the volume is definitely doing nice. Absolutely, we can check GE. Let's take a look at what GE is doing. Not doing much right now, 169, and that's very low for GE. Usually GE, you know, the volume in GE every day is pretty high. It's heavily traded. But yeah, so not doing much right now. All right, what we got? What is our buddy BPTH doing? Well, not our buddy. This is not our buddy. I take that back. This is a stock you do not want to be trading. Stay away from this. But yeah, right now it looks like, again, just starting out pretty flat, no volume. But look at every day. Every day, if this was a normal stock, I'll say, hey, this thing wants to keep going higher. Because look at, it's just kind of winding down into a point. It does sell off and it has some crazy price action. But overall, every day closes higher and higher and higher. So I think this stock, whatever news it has, I think this thing wants to go higher. It's not rejecting, because usually low flows, that they'll do this, they'll hang out here for 1 or 2 days and then they'll drop right back down. Right, you get those pump and dumps. But here, this one is not. No, again, it's holding. It's holding. Again, not suggesting you should do anything at all with this. Just an observation. This is not one stock I recommend anyone trading, because you can really hurt yourself. If you do trade it, take like 20 shares. You know, think a move can get to 70. You could be all right. All right, what else we have, guys? So DKS, what is DKS doing today? I don't think it was doing much. Yeah, not doing much today. And it didn't trade well yesterday. It was very choppy, guys, so be careful with DKS. Next, what do we have? Roku here. What do we have? Roku. Yeah, Roku's, I like Roku's. I think it's very weak today. Just seems that way, but again, no bias. We'll have to see what the price action does. It is holding this 67.70 here. Again, very choppy pre-market action, but it is holding some kind of level that's not selling off from. Let's see what it does here. It's right at 67.70. Let's see if it can, if it breaks down from that, it can head lower. But again, just looks, even the daily chart looks very weak. And the fact that the market's not selling off, this is definitely trading independently on its own. You know, with that said, let's just look at take a quick look at what do we have here for Roku. Oh, they got downgraded. Well, at least just now. Well, a few downgrades for Roku. Okay.
Yeah, it's only tripled in the last month or so, huh?
Yeah, right. So, all right. Let's see how that affects Roku. So definitely in play today. All right, guys. Just want to remind everyone of our Bearable Traders Challenge. I am completely excited about this challenge. So is Norm. We were talking about it over the Trader Expo, and just coming, with other ideas that we can make this, more interesting. So again, you saw Andrew's video yesterday. There are going to be possibly more prizes for third and second place as well. And what we'll do is, we'll definitely want as much people to sign up as possible. It's just a great learning experience. If you have not traded before, if you have traded before, if you're using a different platform, want to see what the platform we use, or even if you're a trader in our chat room and you want to just give it a shot and be part of, this challenge, because it is fun. It does give it a little fun to it as well. You can learn from it also. So, it's a great way to learn while also having some friendly competition. So it definitely will be worth to be part of this if you want to. What is it, $25, Norm, I believe, right?
25. It's 25 to get into the actual challenge itself, and then once you get into the challenge, you don't have to be a member of the chat room. You don't have to be in the chat, but if you'd like to try the chat room out while the challenge is going on, it's a very discounted $9 add-on to have the chat room for 2 weeks.
Right. And you can join us in the pre-market show, build your watch list every morning, and actually act on it. So that it's pretty cool. And I'm sure we'll be putting out videos daily on how to tips and tricks during next week to kind of give you guys an idea about risk management. Maybe 5-minute short videos. Me and Norm will put some stuff out there for you guys. So I'll get you all set up to have the best opportunity possible to win. So we definitely want to see this competition be tight, and I'm looking forward to it.
All right, and for those of you, especially on YouTube and everything else, one other thing I wanted to add. So we'll have we're going to do our normal class 1 that we do every Monday. We're going to do next Monday, but we're going to have and it's going to be on YouTube Live. So those of you that are not part of the chat and not part of Bearable Traders can watch class 1. If you've not traded on DAS before, it'll teach you about DAS and help you get some of that set up. So join us Monday night. We're trying to nail down the time. It'll probably be about 8 o'clock Eastern, maybe a little bit earlier.
Yep. And it is. It's only $25, Alex. It is a steal again, and that charge is actually just to pay for the live fee you're going to get from DAS. The platform that we're going to use, because they also got to pay the exchange, right? That's not free. The exchange is not going to give you that information. So it's just to cover that. We're not making anything off this. This is more to get people into trading that want to give it a shot, So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. All right, guys. So let me just finalize this list here before we call it. Anything else pop? Oh, BPTA is coming up in our gappers list. Why not take a look at that? Did it do anything crazy?
It's BPTH, I'm sure it did.
Yeah, right. What kind of question is that? All right, not too crazy compared to what we see. All right, we'll look at one more. Barracuda is giving us CVS. CVS is in here. Doesn't have the volume. Yeah, it has a beautiful daily chart though. Look at this drop and beautiful V reversal off 52. So it has a very nice daily chart. Might want to close this gap here. You have a gap over here going to 57.70. But right now we're not getting a great pre-market action. But we'll look for this in our scanners. Again, today's the day you want to keep your eyes open on the scanners as well. Did I talk about Hexo? I know somebody mentioned it. Hexo right now doesn't have the volume at the moment. Only 82,000 shares. You want to see more above 100, above 150, or at least have a good pre-market action. This one doesn't have neither at the moment. The daily chart looks a little choppy. Recent IPO as well. Recent IPO just opened up mid January here, so not much levels to go by. All right, guys, so here's our list so far. So we have Cron. Let's see what Cron is doing. Let's finalize this list. At the moment, Cron is selling off a bit, looking better. Still not enough volume, I think. So we'll see, but looking okay, not great. selling off a bit here. Roku looks good. I like Roku. Again has some downgrade, so this might trigger some sell off here. PDD. PDD broke that. See, it broke this level here now, 27.53. Couldn't hold it. I do not have shares for sure. Hopefully you guys do. But again, don't be biased and wait for the price action to give you an opportunity on what this thing wants to do. So PDD looks great. Tons of volume. Nice pre-market action. Nice order flow. This is like a 8 out of 10 when it comes to pre-market action, volume, order flow. This looks perfect. Look at every 5-minute candle above 100,000 shares traded. That is what you want to see. How is the spread? Spread is not bad. 2 cents on a pre-market. That's great because it can get tighter when it opens up. TEUM, not doing much. I'm gonna get rid of TUM. This looks horrible pre-market action. I'll wait for that to hit our scanners. AMD I have on here just to keep an eye on, but again, not great at the moment. But I do have space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I have space to watch AMD, so I'll take a look at it. ACB is flattening out now a bit, but it could be in play. Has tons of volume, 9.4 million shares traded. Doesn't move a lot, but again, doesn't mean you have to take tons of shares. Don't take 10,000 shares on something like this. You know, manage your risk accordingly to your account. BA selling off a bit, also in play. Look at that. Hits that 383.10 level, and then sells off from there. So again, just definitely in play, selling off a bit here to see if it can hold, if it wants to go higher or whatever the case may be. All right, guys, so that's my list for today. Sammy, would I be posting which list? Just want to make sure. Are you talking about the watch list? Yeah, because I will post the watch list. And then Randy has CARA. CARA doesn't have the volume right now. Only about 50,000 shares traded so far. So not great. It is up a bit, 11%. But again, it's just not trading well in the pre-market with no volume. Yeah, PDD is dropping really nice. Tobias said PDD is looking really, really good. All right, just checking if we have anything else before.
Yeah, I'm doing the same. It's still a sleepy watch list. I hate saying that after it's 9 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah. By now you start seeing some stuff where you start saying, "Hey, this is my favorite." The only one that looks really good is PDD with the price action, and NBA. BA looks good too, but then the rest is they're still not great. Again, you don't.
ACB is getting decent. ACB is getting good, pretty decent order flow now. I don't like it's not a huge range on it. So
yeah, that's the thing too. I don't have shares for sure. I'm not sure if you do with IB, but again, just the range, it doesn't move much. That's the one thing about it. And I don't like taking tons of shares neither, right? So just because it doesn't move much, I'm not gonna go in here and take 5,000 shares. I'm just not comfortable doing that. So that's a bit of an issue there.
There are shares for short on IB, but it's less than 100,000, which is pretty thin for IB, frankly.
Yeah, that'll be gone the minute the market opens. That's for sure. Gabriel, so what do we mean by choppiness? All right, so let's look at this. This is a good question. So look at PDD. You see how nice these candles are all linking, right? You got this nice flow to everything's linking together. You got ranges to it as well. This is great. This is what you want to see. Now, if you look at AMD, this is choppy. Look at this. There's no connections between candles. There's no volume. So this is just complete choppiness. I really only have it here because AMD, and I know it's going to get the volume. And if it can trade well, you can get an opportunity. And I don't have many on here. I still have under 6 stocks that I'm watching, I believe, right? Maybe 6 stocks. So this is choppy here. And candles are not connecting at all. Look at this PDD. This is beautiful here. Volume, pretty high volume. And actually, the chart would look better if it wasn't for these 2 wicks here. This chart will even look better. This kind of is messing it up a bit here. But if you look at the 1 minute chart, right? I mean, this looks perfect here. Really, really nice, really clean. All right, so that's what I mean by choppiness. And then you can also look at BA, also beautiful pre-market action, nice engulfing here. Sells down a bit, but it might be bouncing back. Look at the 1 minute chart also. It just kind of has this beautiful flow to it, and that is created by volume. When you have volume, you create that. When you don't have volume, you create like a cron. Look at cron in the 1 minute. You see these dashes? That's because there's no volume.
Yeah.
So that's what we mean by choppiness. And then you can also, I'll mention, you can also look for this in the daily chart. You got some stocks like let's see if we can find one that looks really choppy. Well, BA was very choppy here a couple of days ago. Trying to see if we can find a good one. See this PDD, look at this, this doesn't look good. This is not a good daily chart. Look how some days are flat, others are not linking with each other. That's not great. So that's what I mean by choppiness. And it does happen. Now, I'll give you one example. We got just a few seconds. ELAN, look at this chart. This chart trades horrible. Well, guess what? On the day that it was in play 2 days ago, it traded just like that, just trash. I mean, just kind of going flat the entire time. So when you see a stock that the daily chart looks like this, you're most likely going to get chopped, right? Doesn't mean that one time it can trade nice. Look at this, several days here, traded really nice, right? It went all the way up here. So anything could happen, but you want to give yourself the best opportunity when you're building your watch list for something that's going to actually do a nice clean move. All right.
Carlos, can you pull up AM real quick? I just want to, Master Chief, it's all a block trade. So look at the level 2 right there. You'll see 3 trades down. There's 108,000 share trade. So really it's only traded 7,000 shares. That's dropped their price on AM.
Yeah. Yep. It's right over here, right? This 100, yeah, right here, 107,000. It was just exactly almost what we have. So again, just one block trade that's causing this to pop up over here, but it's really not in play. All right, guys. So here is my list. I'm going to send this out now and post it. Andrew is going to be on in a couple of minutes. He'll go over his list. Brian will probably also put his list together as well, and we can see what these guys are watching also. But again, today's a day where you don't want to be too aggressive. Not a lot of great stuff out there on this watch list. So be patient. Don't rush into anything. No fear of missing out. And if you missed a stock that you wasn't watching, don't switch to it and try to take a position without analyzing your risk to reward, because that used to happen to me a lot when I first started, and I lost a lot of money doing that. So don't do that. All right, guys, take care. Have a great trading day, and I will see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern time.
Take care, guys.